If any of you have been paying attention for the last few years, you've noticed that the new body style Broncos have taken a pretty crazy turn in price. Now, whenever the new body style Bronco first came out, they had some pretty crazy prices already. They were a little bit more expensive than the Jeep Wranglers of the time, but the demand was so high for them that you could actually buy one for sticker if you had ordered it and you didn't have to pay the dealer markup, and sell it back a year later with 10,000 miles for the same price or more. Now, I believe that was in 2021, and as the years continued to go on, the Bronco prices still held relatively high. The resale value was absolutely insane and was actually doing a little bit better than the Jeep Wranglers, which have been historically one of the absolute best in terms of resale or residual value. Now, since that time, a lot has changed. The Bronco market is pretty saturated. There are tons out there on the new and the pre-owned side. Everybody that wants one can get one. But throughout the middle of that, right whenever the Bronco started to die down just a little, the Bronco Raptor was released. Whenever the Bronco Raptor was released, it was absolutely insane and unlike any other factory vehicle that had been released at that point. Now, the original MSRP was right around mid 80s for a Bronco Raptor at the time, which looking back was actually pretty good. But that price didn't last too long. I believe the Bronco Raptors came out in 2022, and then by the time we got to the end of 2023, we ended up seeing a price increase of at least $10,000 across the board. So that $85,000 decently priced Bronco Raptor was now $95,000. And on top of that, the main reason Ford did it was to compensate for the dealer markups. So they didn't want the dealers to make all this extra money whenever they knew they could sell their vehicle for so much more over sticker. But at the same time, the dealers were still selling them over sticker. So your $95,000 Bronco became a $105,000 or $115,000 Bronco right out of the gate. Now, although they were only $88,000 to $90,000 in the beginning, dealers were still able to sell them for around $120,000, $130,000 in some cases, which was absolutely insane. But now it's 2025, we're getting really close to 2026, and we've seen another reduction in price on the Broncos across the board, especially noticeable in the Bronco Raptors. So now a standard MSRP is somewhere around the $88,000 mark, whereas it had went up to probably $96,000, $97,000 as an average MSRP. But alongside that, you're not just getting the discount from the manufacturer, you're also getting a discount from the dealer. Now, before we dive too deep into today's video, I've got to introduce you to today's video sponsor, 3W Liners. As you guys are already well aware, we have the 3W Liners in our Bronco Raptor here. Now, these are all-weather floor mats with a twist, because as you can see, they've also got a carpet insert that goes on top. My absolute favorite feature about these mats is when I know I'm going to get these things dirty, I remove the carpet cover, and then I'm just left with my all-weather mat that I know is super easy to clean. For anyone that goes off-road, you know how easy it is to get your interior dirty. That's why it's so important to have a durable set of all-weather floor mats. It isn't just a nice accessory, it's a necessity. That's why I use 3W floor mats. They trap mud, sand, water, and protect the original carpet, and take just seconds to rinse off and clean. 3W provides premium floor mats for Ford vehicles like the Bronco, F-150, and F-250. 3W also offers high-quality mats for a wide range of MPVs, SUVs, and trucks. Utilizing innovative Vigor mold, these mats are built to be durable, withstand wear and tear while still holding their shape. They're so easy to clean that when it comes time to wash them off, you simply rinse them, shake them off after, and they are ready to rock and roll. These are custom cut mats to ensure a perfect fit for each vehicle. Each vehicle also gets a custom design to match the fit and style. And if you want to get a set of the 3W mat liners for yourself, check them out down in the description below. They have a huge sale going on them right now, but it's not going to last forever. So check them out and get them while you can. So whereas this time last year, you were able to get a Bronco Raptor for sticker for about the first time, now you're able to actually get one for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 off sticker, even after the reduction in price. So right now, if you want to get a Bronco Raptor, I've seen them go for as low as $79,000 after some dealer discounts. And I still see a lot of the MSRPs right around the mid to upper 80s. Some of them are still 93, but even if you're looking at a $93,000 Bronco Raptor, after the reduction from the dealer, you're able to get one somewhere around $87,000 to $89,000, which is pretty insane. Now, whenever you're looking at a Bronco Raptor that may be priced at $90,000, aside from just the MSRP, the difference between what the dealers actually pay and what the MSRP is usually somewhere around $7,000 to $8,000. The markups aren't as insane as most customers think, but they are still pretty hefty. So the dealers are really able to justify losing some of that markup to be able to sell them. Because whenever I was at a Ford dealership, the Bronco Raptors actually sat for a while, Same thing with the normal Broncos. It seems like once the production met the demand, the sales really fell off hard because everybody that wanted a Bronco already had one. But now that we've talked about the new side, on the pre-owned side, they've been affected very heavily as well. Whereas a pre-owned Bronco Raptor was just as much as the original sticker there for a long time, now you're getting them for significant discounts. If you find a Bronco Raptor now with some decently high miles, maybe 30, 40,000 miles, you might be able to find one for mid-60s right now, which is pretty insane. I've got one here at the store right now that is a 2023 advanced package. It's got all the stuff you want, but even though it's got super low miles, it's only gonna be right at about 70 grand. So the price on these is really dropping fast. Now the price decrease isn't just on the Broncos and the Jeep Wranglers like we talk about here on the channel. Almost all the cars that you see around me, behind me, or any other car you know of or a friend owns has been affected by the reduction in price just because of the values. The values have dropped and came a lot closer to what the real price should be. Now, as all of you are aware, throughout COVID, the pricing in the car market was absolutely insane. If you wanted to buy anything in here, you paid more than sticker. But since everything settled back down and came back down to reality, in some cases below where it was previous to COVID, you're able to get some pretty insane deals right now. And it's great if you're looking to buy a car. If you're looking to sell one of your cars you bought during COVID, that's a different discussion altogether. Like me, I bought my Bronco Raptor at the end, or actually at the beginning of 2024. I bought a 23 that was affected by the price increase in 23, but I didn't pay any dealer markup. I actually got it $2,000 under sticker, but it was $96,000, I can't remember exactly. A 23 produced and delivered in December of 2023, and I bought it in January of 2024. Now that same Bronco Raptor with 20,000 miles is probably worth right under $70,000, which is a really tough pill to swallow. Now, in addition to all those that I have inside, I have tons of cars outside too. Actually, some really cool stuff. The Gladiator 392 you already saw, got a really cool TRX on 37s. But I have 3 other Broncos that I wanted to show you guys because not only are the Bronco Raptors coming down in price, a lot of the other trims are too. And to be fair, I like to see that. It just hurts for all the guys that already own them. So on this one, it's that awesome green color. It's an Everglades package. It's got everything that you want for an Everglades. And if you guys remember, the Everglades package did not last very long. They didn't make too awful many of them. This one's actually for sale for only $56,981. Pretty good price for a pretty limited production vehicle. They're cool, they're a little different if you want something, you know, unique. Now, they also made the Heritage package. I believe they still make it right now. This Heritage is actually a 2023, super low miles, and we've got it for $54,900. And then we've also got some oddities like this Bronco that was built, it's lifted on 40s. It's got the fiberglass fenders on it, custom interior, all kinds of crazy stuff. This one looks cool and it drives really good, super surprising. I just wanted to show you guys that not only are the Bronco Raptors getting a decrease in prices, it seems like all the Broncos and really all the Fords across the board are getting a reduction in price. Of course, we've seen the reduction in price from Jeep here recently as well. It started off with the Gladiators pretty heavy there in 2024. And then once we rolled into 2025, some of the reductions have leveled off since they've reduced their MSRP. But I mean, there was a time where the Gladiators were getting $15,000 off at some places, which was absolutely insane. But you've also got to think, sticker prices got super high. Even today, I appraised a Rubicon XR, a non-392. I had the 3.6 liter V6. And yes, it had the XR package, just about everything you could possibly get, and even 488 gears from the factory, which I actually had not seen before. It's pretty cool. But it had a $77,000 MSRP for a V6 Jeep Wrangler. That's insane. Think about that. They just released the Moab, and they said they're going to be able to sell it for $79,000 with basically all the exact same stuff that the XR has, but a 392 in it. So prices for a while got absolutely insane and outrageous. Now, if you would have told me that this Bronco Raptor would be all the way down to $70,000 a few years ago, I really don't think I would have believed it. Typically, whenever you get a specialty vehicle, of course, the price is hopped up for a while and it does come back to reality. But for some reason, I just got blindsided on the Bronco Raptors. And that was due in part to the value of the Rubicon 392s. So there for about 2 years, the Rubicon 392s held their value extremely well. This was actually the first Rubicon 392 ever ordered. I got it for like 77, 78 grand. I can't remember, but it held that value for literally over 2 years. Still, right now, it's a 2021 with right at 20,000 miles. Even without modifications and stuff, I could probably sell it for mid 60s. I'd say that's a safe number, maybe low 60s, but regardless, to be able to have that vehicle with it being 2025 now, right at 20,000 miles, to be able to sell it for that in 2025 is pretty crazy. So I assume the same might be true for the Bronco Raptor since they're made in the same category and they're supposed to go against each other head to head. But I picked this one up in 2024. A lot of things have changed since then. For those of you that don't know, this is my Bronco Raptor. This is a 2023 Bronco Raptor, and we've covered just about everything we can here on the channel. We've done a bunch of exterior things like the front bumper, the winch mount, RPG lift collars. We've got 20x12 negative 44 offset wheels with 38 1550 tires that used to be on the Rubicon 392. Aside from that, we've got a turn off-road rear bumper, which I actually really like. And then we've also got a turn off-road spare tire delete. Aside from that, I've got some cages in the back and stuff like that. But this thing has been an absolute blast. But they still have competition. I mean, the Rubicon 392 is still hands down my favorite vehicle, but it's not as comfortable, it's not as drivable, and to be fair, some people say it doesn't look as cool. And that is totally up to you. With the Bronco Raptor and the price that they're offered at now, I really think it's one of the best values that you can get. For $80,000, this is an absolutely amazing vehicle. Even for $100,000, I thought it was good, but I made it very clear that if you could get this for $70,000, $80,000, it would be probably the best. But one of the biggest things that's probably hurting the Bronco Raptor and what's hurting it so early is the fact that it does not have a V8. Now, all of you already know how much that upsets me. I wish it just had a 5.0 liter. I would be happy with that. They could have put something really cool in it like the 5.2 liter Voodoo engine. That's what the Bronco Raptor really needs to stand out and really compete against the Rubicon 392. But since for now, at least, we're still stuck with the 3.0 liter twin turbo EcoBoost, the values are going to be what they're going to be. I really think if Ford was to release a Bronco Raptor R with that 5.2 liter flat plane crank, not supercharged, just naturally aspirated, they could still sell it for $120,000. I would buy it. I would love to see them come out with something like that for maybe $100,000. I think that would be a really good bang for your buck. I know that sounds crazy, but $100,000 for a Voodoo Bronco Raptor R, I think it'd be well worth it. And I think a lot of other people would think that as well. But at the same time, it would just continue to kill the resale value for the Bronco Raptor because these things are getting absolutely decimated. Now, the Rubicon 392 is the same way. Both of them reached right around $100,000, and both of them on the pre-owned side are basically under $70,000. I've got a Rubicon 392 for sale at the store as well, a 2021 with only 15,000 miles in the low, maybe mid 60s. And then I've got the 2023 Raptor you guys just saw, and it's priced in the low 70s. I think 71,000. So both of them got hit extremely hard, and it's crazy to see. But I don't want you guys to think it's just these vehicles. Like I already told you, it's literally everything that you can think of. If you don't have a Bronco yet and you've been wanting one, you've been holding out, now is the time. I don't think that they're going to get much better than they are right now. I've seen base Broncos going for under $30,000 with around 80,000 miles on them. I've seen mid-tier Broncos going for mid-30s with, very average 30, 40,000 miles on them. And really, the prices are just absolutely insane right now. But if you guys haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. But until then, Godspeed.